Hey, honey?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey everybody, and welcome to another Geeky Grind! So, as you're watching this, yesterday I played in a tournament local here in Baton Rouge. But because I'm getting ready for the weekend, me and Laura are going to go camping. I'm pre-recording this, so this is it's Thursday for me, so the tournament hasn't happened yet. But by the time that this airs, I'll be back home, so I won't have enough time to edit and put a tournament report together. So the tournament report's getting moved to next week. This week, it's Chaos Knights. And if you've watched my Imperial Knights and my Sisters of Battle walkthrough of the rules releases, the previews that we're getting from GWs, you'll see that I kept talking about the changes to leadership and how I was hoping that there was a leadership matters, like morale-breaking army in this edition, so I could play a dredgy type style where it's like I'm not really playing 40k, I'm playing this other game with 40k stuff, and you're just trying to like hold your objectives and kill my dudes and complete your missions, but I'm just basically making it so none of your dudes, you can't use any of your stratagems. You can't do, you can't challenge me holding the objectives. And it looks like Chaos Knights are going to be that army. They are going to be across the board. Their thing that matters is morale checks. So let's scroll down here. Faction focus. The army rule for the Knights is Harbingers of Dread. Your army is Chaos Knights. Each model from your army with this ability gains a bonus depending on which Dread abilities are active for your army. See below. Once a Dread ability is active for your army, that ability applies until the end of the battle. So battle round 1. From the first battle round onwards, Despair ability is active for your army. Despair is an aura of 12 inches. Each time an enemy makes a battle shock test or leadership test, subtract 1. So all those leadership 6s are going to 7s. All those leadership 7s are going to 8s. You know how it goes. Yeah. Well, actually, the die roll. The die roll is going to be lesser. So you're going to be taking a -1 on your leadership checks. Nice. We can a little bonus to help them fail. And battle round 3 onwards, you get Doom and Darkness. Each time this model makes an attack, if the target is battle shocked, add 1 to the wound roll. So if we can get them to fail those tests from round 3 onwards, we're going to be having better wound chances. And each time attack targets this model. So if they're trying to shoot at you, they're going to be shooting at a -1. That is really good. A little bit of an offensive punch, a little bit of a defensive capability. Basically, you get kind of like popping smoke for free kind of thing. So that's really good. I like that. And then the detachment rule for the Traitorous Lance, which is the detachment we're getting in the index, is Force and Terra. It's another aura ability. In the battle shock step of your opponent's command phase, if an enemy unit is below its starting strength within 12 inches of this knight, that enemy unit must take a battle shock test. For this purpose, this ability, if a unit has a starting strength of 1, is considered to be below its starting strength while it has lost 1 or more wounds. So normally, you only test if you're half. This means if you lost any units or taken any damage, you are going to take that test. And we're still waiting for an FAQ, some clarification to find out whether or not it's going to be take 1 for being below starting strength, and then take 1 for being below half. So that's an interesting thing, because if it's forcing them to take 2 battle shock tests in their command phase, because your knights are right there, that's really good. That's really good. So, unit spotlight, the Knight Despoiler. This is the Chaos Knight that can be built out of any of the other kits. Because when Knights were first released, basically they were you had to do a lot of kit bashing or get some third-party bits until they started coming out with actual Chaos Knight bits and upgrades, so you can actually make Chaos Knights out of regular Knights. So, Knight Despoiler is your basic bread and butter Questoris pattern Knight. War gear options. This model's Doom Breath melts a gun, can be replaced with a heavy stubber. So it starts off with the melt gun normally. Reaper Chainsword is its normal melee weapon, can be replaced with one of the following: thermal cannon, Gatling cannon, and flamer, the battle cannon, and heavy stubber. So you can swap out those guns for your chainsword. And the warp claw, which is their version of the giant fist, can be swapped out for either the thermal cannon, the Gatling cannon, or the battle cannon. So basically it's like it starts stock as fist and chainsaw, and then you can swap them out for guns. And of course you get the carapace weapons, the Havoc missile launcher, the Ruin spear rocket pod, or the auto guns. So it's all stock. So basically we'll have a good idea. I think the melt-a-gun still the same as everything else. Thermal cannon, blast, melta, yeah, 2d6 shots, 3 up ballistic skill, strength 12, AP -4, damage 6, and it's zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, that is Melta 6. That's a Melta 6. I actually got upgraded. Ooh, doggy. I like it. It's got blast, so if there's more dudes there, you get extra. If there's 7 or more dudes there, you get more shots. That's awesome. I love that. That thermal cannon glow up is amazing. Soil battle cannon, yep, it's the same thing. Rapid fire, D6 plus 3. Also blast. So yeah, it's the same stats we saw from the Knights. The Gatling cannon, 18 shots, hitting on 3s. 6 strength, so wounding Space Marines on 3s. AP -2, still good, and 2 damage. The missile pod, blast, indirect fire. So this is the indirect fire variant. D6 plus 1. So at least 2 shots, possibly 3 if you're shooting at a 7-dude squad. Ballistic skill 3+, strength 5, AP 0, 1 damage. Yeah, I'd rather have the relic one. The Dark Flamers go down 12 inches range, D6 shots, auto hits, 5 strength, AP -1, 1 damage. Okay, whatever. Heavy Stubbers are rapid fire 3 and 3 based. So we got so for within 18 inches, we're gonna get 6 shots. And outside of that, we'll get 3. So the Stubbers did get a glow up. That rapid fire 3, and then base attacks is 3. That's nice. Ballistic skill. The strength went up by a point. That's relevant. Had a horrible time last weekend when I was playing, shooting at orcs with those guns, and only wounding on 5s was just annoying. Still no AP, 1 damage. The rocket pod, 48-inch range, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, strength 8. So wounding a Primaris Marine on it too. AP -2, D6 damage. That's not bad. That's not bad for the rocket pod. And the Hailstorm auto guns, anti-fly +2, so they'll auto wound on a 2 against flyers. They're twin linked, so you get to reroll the hits. Yes. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, strength 7, AP -1, 2 damage. It's not bad. Really wondering how flyers are going to do in the game, because flyers just got nerfed into non-existent in 9th edition, but maybe we'll see flyers be a thing and we'll get some anti-fly guns on the table. Melee weapons, chainsword, 4 attacks. Yeah, looks pretty much in line with how it was before. Sweep profile, same thing. Titanic feet, I don't know why we use these, but yeah, sometimes I like having a knight that's either got a sword or a fist, just to be able to do stuff. But yeah, nah, it's the feet. You're not really gonna be trying to attack with your feet. You're wounding Space Marines on 2s. AP -1, 2 damage. See, each one that lands and they fail to save, they're gonna lose Space Marine, but it's not really worth it. Bring a melee weapon. And of course the claw. I think this is gonna be comparable to the fist. So we've got 4 attacks with the strike, but hitting on 3s, strength 20, basically wounding just about everything in the game on 2s or 3s. I like that. I like that a lot. AP -3, 8 damage. I'm really happy that I built a big giant fist for all of my knights, because that looks like to be the choice right there in the vehicle meta, when we know we're going to be just rhinos and transports and everything. I really just want to take that and just crush them. Sweep profile, 8 attacks, hitting on 3s, strength 10. So that's actually wounding Terminators on a 2+. AP -2, 3 damage. So basically, yeah, that can pop a Terminators. That could probably pop a 5-man Terminator squad right there. Alright, let's look over. Deadly Demise, D6. Harbinger of Dread, Super Heavy Walker. We haven't seen what the Super Heavy Walker thing is, but I think that's going to give you fallback and shoots and all that, and charge and all that stuff. Dread Dominion. Well, a War Dog was with 9 inches of small. Each time that War Dog makes a battle shock test, add 1 to the test, so it makes your War Dogs be able to be a little bit more fearless. Seething Hatred. Each time this model is selected to shoot or fight, you can reroll 1 hit roll and 1 rune roll when resolving those attacks. Yeah! Get some free rerolls in there. What's the wound start out? Wound start at 22, so it's still got the same wounds. The toughness has gone up. Movement's the same. Save's the same. Objective controlled. It's the same. Wish that would have been a little higher, but still, a knight can contest 5 Space Marines, so that's good. Brackets when it gets to 7 or less wounds, and you lose 5 objective controlled. I'm pretty sure I was talking about this in the Knights. This is going to be what happens to the Questora series when they get wounded. They're going to, count as half the number of dudes on the objective. They can't really move around all that much. They're not stomping their feet. And each time this model makes an attack, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Not bad. That's way better brackets than it did in 9th edition. The invulnerable save is still a 5+ and can only be made against range attacks. Yeah, basic knights. Looking basic. Looking good. Alright, Knight Abominant. Alright, stats are the same. Leadership? Yeah, leadership's the same. 6+ leadership is basically kind of like the best leadership in the game. We got the Heavy Stubber. We got the Volkite Combustor, which is at devastating wounds. 30-inch range, 9 attacks, plus skill 3+, strength 12, so it's wounding other fellow knights on 4s. No AP, 3 damage. Alright. Bale Mace, extra attacks, so you get to make these attacks in addition to any other attacks you make, so you get 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, strength 8, so wounding Space Marines on 2s, AP -1, 2 damage, so everything you get through can pop a Space Marine with those. Probably pop like 1 or 2 Space Marines, maybe if you get lucky you can pop 3 of them. The Electro Scourge has sustained hits 1, so for every 6 you get to basically say, hey, here's an extra attack. 9 attack space, hitting on 3s, strength 10, so and AP -2, damage 3, so this is another Terminator popper. I could definitely take out a squad of 5 easily. The abilities are all still the same for the core, and the Deadly Demise, Hairbender Death, Super Heavy Walker. Vortex Terror, Psychic. At the start of your shooting phase, select one enemy unit within 12 inches. That enemy unit must make a battle shock test. Yeah! It's like, alright, you're going to make one on my shooting phase, you're going to make one in your command phase, and you're going to make another. It's like, you can definitely, with this thing, basically be like, that one's taking one, that one's taking one, that one's taking one, they're all at -1. I will make you battle shocked. Warp Storms, Psychic. At the end of your movement phase, roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within 9 inches of the model. 3+, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. This is, I almost feel like it's a suicide play, because you want to get this guy as close as you can to a lot of enemy units, and then pop it off, get them demoralized, and just start sending in the rest of the stuff just to be like, cut you up. Degrades, yeah, it's the same degradation that all knights have. 7 or less wounds, 5 less objective controlled, and -1 to hit. Vulnerable save, it's got the knight invulnerable save, 5+ only against melee. I mean, not only against ranged. Weapon Spotlight, the Desecrator Laser Destructor. The Desecrator can pack a Wart Spike Claw to maximize. Ooh, wait. So the Desolator Laser Destroyer has range 72 inches, 3 attacks, bliss skill 2+, strength 18. Ooh, wounding another knight on a 3, hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s, AP -4. So go right to your invuln knight, and you're taking d6 + 3, so at least 4 damage minimum. Spike a few of those rolls, you could pop a knight with this thing. And the Warp Spike Claw, we already got the rules for that above, but in here we're getting a nice, good close-up look at that claw. That claw is so nice. And yeah, no, just strength 20, being able to get 4 attacks that can easily go in and just wound something on 2s. Plus, you're going to get 1 free reroll to hit and 1 reroll to wound with your basic Chaos Knights. So, yeah, that something big is taking at least 8 damage, possibly taking 16. Especially if they're, yeah. Alright. Dreadhound, surrender to the stratagems. This is one for your war dogs. You use it at the start of your shooting phase, your fight phase. Target up to 2 war dogs from your army, and 1 enemy unit is an eligible target for 2 or more. So yeah, up to, starting at 2 goes to the whole thing. You can select everybody for it, but I really wouldn't. I'd probably only want to use this for on 2 war dogs, because the effect is until the end of the phase, so either your shooting or your fighting phase, selected war dog units can only target the enemy you picked, but all weapons those war dogs are equipped with gain sustained hits 1. In addition, the enemy unit is battle shocked until the end of the phase. Each time a selected war dog model makes an attack against that enemy unit, an unmodified hit roll of 5 plus scores a crit. So, yeah, extra shots on 5s. And it does have that drawback. If you shoot that unit off the table, then you can't shoot any of your other war dogs. So I probably would wait, and I'd select this, and then I would use those 2 units of war dogs to try to shoot down a big unit, and then bring in the rest of my war dogs or maybe one of my knights just to polish it off. Yeah, that's it. We only got one stratagem. Womp womp womp. But yeah, no, that's the thing. We just get like Black Library, and I don't think there's much more of these. I might go back and talk about Adeptus Mechanicus and Death Guard, as they are, and probably NIDS and Space Marines. I might go back and touch on a few of these depending on what I got going on with my hobby time. It's been kind of hard getting stuff done the past couple weeks. We're trying to get ahead on recipe roulettes and retro reviews, so I've been doing a lot more editing than I have been doing hobby stuff. But between now and when 10th edition launches, we'll be going through and talking about a few armies that I'm interested in talking about as we continue to go forward, as stuff gets released. But yeah, no, it's the factions are looking great. I cannot wait to play 10th edition. I do have a bunch of stuff I'm planning on getting once 10th edition launches, so the painting table is definitely going to get decorated up a lot more, have a lot more stuff that I'm going to be working on, and yeah, that's pretty much it. If you made it through the end of the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all those things that let YouTube know we're doing a good job. If you're looking for some other ways to support the channel, there's a merch link, my miniature wish list. Those are down below in the comments sections. And yeah, I'll see you next Sunday for the battle report for me playing the Imperial Knights in 9th edition for one last time. Peace.